Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for a minute, I'm about to quit my job, cash in for a ticket. I'm going on a trip and I don't plan to visit. I'm gonna stay there till I feel like I'm winning, and this is just the beginning. I need a big change, help me feel like living. I need a big swing, home runs I'm hitting, and I'll never look back, moving on till I get it all. And we all got dreams, we all want things, but what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? And do you believe you can do anything? But what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? Let's go. Hey. Yeah, this is my life, my strife, my right to fight, to die on. And this is my game to play, to claim a brand new name, And I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm a bit nervous that I might screw everything up that I've ever done. But what's the point of living if you ain't having fun? I guess I'll try this, try that, might miss, gotta find what I'm good at. I guess I look here, look there, over where am I scared, where am I at? I gotta make it in this life, whatever makes me happy, know I'm doing things right. Sipping in the summer on a goose and Sprite, or find a nightclub for the end of the night, And we all got dreams, we all want things, but what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? And do you believe you can do anything? But what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be?
that wasn't planned at all, but that song like ended perfectly for the start of this. I hope everybody is doing it well. Hope you had a good week. My week was shit, but it was fine. It was just a bunch of work stuff. But we're through that now. We're finally here to the weekend. And yeah, as people were saying in chat, it is freezing outside, so we're stuck inside for this lovely Friday. I hope everybody is doing well, though. Let me just say my hellos. Amphobic, welcome, welcome. Paula's Laugh, John Ryan, Nathan Garcia, Pussy Destroyer, I said you already. Lon Lynn Armstrong, welcome, welcome. Boom, welcome. Great comment. Boba, Susan, welcome, thank you, thank you. Kit Kat, Sloth, welcome, welcome. Clay, of course, welcome. 72 in Texas, Nathan. Very jealous of that. Hope everybody is staying warm and enjoying themselves. Quick note, real quick before we get started. Clay and Callie will be streaming in a few hours. I don't think I'm gonna go as long. It's like 3 hours from now. I don't think I'm gonna stream quite that long. But this stream will auto redirect over to theirs, so if it ends a little early, you get over there before it starts, hit that notification thing, hang out with them and enjoy some Lauren stuff. We will be doing something a bit of a blast from the past. When I used to do, or I guess I do streams all the time still, but when I first started getting into streaming, I should say, we watched a bunch of Chris Hansen NBC non-TCAP stuff, which I really enjoyed. I actually really I want to watch them more. So my original plan was to, oh, my cat is chewing on my mic, stop. It was my plan to go back and watch some ones that we have already watched, but I think I found one I actually didn't watch on stream yet or have seen in general. So it'll be the first time for me, at least, seeing these. There's a few parts. This one is just the Hansen files. No idea what it's about. I watched the first 10 seconds and they mentioned psychics, so I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see where that goes. Hey, Common Keys, welcome. I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Let me get everything set up on my end here and we will get going. Snow, yeah, we're getting ready for the snow as well. Kit Kat. It's funny how Pennsylvania works, because one side will get hit with that and the other side will just get rain. So we'll see what we get. Here's hoping. Watch the one where you sided with the prison guard having no, nobody's supposed to remember that. I was confused. All right. What I actually wanted to watch, and we'll get started here soon, I promise, but what I actually wanted to watch, and I don't know how many people will remember this, but there was the gas station lotto scam where the twin sister of the person actually doing the scam was working that day, and Chris was like, it was your twin, and that was a whole part of it was insane. It was absolutely insane. We're not watching that one, though, unless that happens again. I don't know. But all right, I'm done rambling for at least a second. Let's get into some of this. People are talking about the Eagles, only because it's against the Chiefs. Can we, I hope it gets canceled. I just hope something, it's that old adage, I hope they both lose. Can we just cancel the Super Bowl this year? I can't stand either team, but I digress. We're not here for that. Let's watch some Hansen.
You see the neon signs in the windows and you probably walk by because you think you'd know better than to spend a nickel on a fortune teller. That's what this man thought at first.
How much money did you give this fortune teller?
Somewhere between 80 and 90,000.
$80,000 and $90,000.
Okay, already. We went back too far.
Somewhere between 80 and 90,000.
80.
That's my reaction too, Chris. Even Chris can't believe it. 80? Where was the shot too? It looks like you have some, plenty of money, man. You got a nice little spot there. It's probably not his house. All right, we're 19 seconds in. I've already paused once.
$80,000 and $90,000.
Steve Hames says he visited a psychic in a moment of need.
I just ended a relationship, and so I was just kind of looking for some direction.
It began with a $25 tarot card reading, after which a fortune teller told him,
You're supposed to have all these good things happening to you, but there's this block or darkness or negativity.
in other words, he had a kind of curse over his head, negativity that only she could remove. But it would take time and money to pay for the special rituals, prayers, and candles. Steve says 9 years and $90,000 later, his bank account was empty, his credit cards maxed out.
You're not a dumb guy. You're highly educated.
Well, all right. I'm going to wait. I'm not going to have another situation where I side with the bad people here. But this is a little different. I mean, you're going to a person who you think has magical powers and you're spending money. I don't know if I really feel that bad. I don't know. Am I a bad guy? I don't know. Let's just see. Maybe they really, took advantage of this guy in not discriminatory ways, but like, they saw a man. It's what Lauren always complains about. They shouldn't have gone after people who were so down. I don't know. Like my mom believes in a lot of this stuff. She's a big like ghost and spiritual medium person, and even she, I don't think would spend that much money. So, or any money, maybe a little bit of money. All right, I digress. Hey, Blanken, welcome. I missed somebody else too. I wanted to say hi to. Maybe it was Laura. Hi, Laura. Chad. Draketer, maybe that was it. I don't know. Hi to everybody. Hope everybody's doing well.
You have a lot of skills. You grew up in a good home. How did you get conned?
I can't even begin to describe how good they are at this in terms of just being convincing and really trying to paint this picture in your mind that they have all the answers.
And Steve's not alone. Lately, there have been headlines. Victims losing thousands, some going to court, others too ashamed to talk about how they'd been taken. Now, Hames runs a website, gypsypsychicscams.com, which tries to help other victims, like Jill Pilo, whose husband Richard seemed to have an addiction to his fortune teller.
I thought he had another woman on the side, in all honesty.
Yeah, you thought he was cheating.
I thought he was cheating.
But he wasn't cheating. He was going here to the Chicago storefront to visit a psychic.
That's so much worse than cheating. Just cheat. Like, that's so much. It's probably easier to explain. Hey, Joe. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Golden Ryan, welcome. Voicemail was... Okay. All right. Yeah. I'll have to listen to that and see if it sounded... I mean, it definitely sounded like... This is unrelated to what we're watching at all, but... Golden Ryan, that voicemail definitely sounded like he held the phone up to, like, the car stereo to record it. So I'm assuming the actual song doesn't sound that bad, but it was terrible.
Claimed he, too, was the victim of an age-old curse. So when his daughter was hospitalized for E. coli poisoning, it wasn't just a doctor he called. It was his psychic.
So he had enlisted the fortune teller to help in the healing of your daughter. And how did that make you feel?
I was absolutely disgusted. I said, as far as I am concerned, she had an excellent doctor. She was in an excellent hospital. It was their care that she was healed and that she is okay. It was no psychic.
But his reliance on the psychic continued for years. A highly successful CPA and author, Richard Pilo, was tapping their business and personal bank account.
Yes. See, Callie, I knew you were going to say that. No. Callie, I hope you're doing well. Somebody mentioned it earlier. I don't know where it's at, but it was I'm going to say your name wrong the entire night. I'm sorry. Draketer, whatever. The South Park episode with what's that guy's name? John Edwards. That like explains how I feel about psychics. to a T. And they show you, I mean, that episode of that cartoon, mind you, I mean, I know it's an adult cartoon, but literally a cartoon explains how this whole scam works. And like Laura said, people still fall for it. People still go on TikTok. There's a Pittsburgh medium. I drive by the billboard every once in a while. I don't know if she still does it, but she's like a fucking superstar out here. It's just insane. Email. Yeah. Appreciate that. I miss Walls every single day.
To pay for it all.
When did you finally call him out?
I saw Richard coming out of his office. He walked across the street to the bank building, and I honked my horn and waved at him, and he walked like a zombie. He did not see me. He came out of the bank, and he was carrying an envelope, and I followed him. And he went to the back door of the psychic's office.
Holy shit, maybe she put a trance on him, and he really was like a zombie. He didn't know.
And put this envelope that he had gotten from the bank through the mail slot. And then he just drove off.
She says there was $30,000 in cash stuffed in that envelope, money she claims was going to the fortune teller.
I was totally sick to my stomach. And I sat there and I was shaking and I didn't know what to do.
A few days later, Jill confronted her husband, telling him he was being
That's a sick fit. I'm not going to lie. Like that windbreaker, I would unironically wear that windbreaker today. That's a sick fit.
taken.
And how did he respond to that?
He just said, "You're wrong. She is a good person." And I said, "Richard, whatever she's got on you, we'll work it out. We will get through this. But please stop."
But he didn't stop. According to his wife, it went on and on. Among the items he got for his money, things that would supposedly remove the curse. Crystals, along with...
This is dirt.
Sticks.
I have no idea, but they are definitely sticks.
Finally, she filed for divorce.
This was total...
That's not funny. That's not funny. That's not funny. That sucks. I mean, obviously, this dude's going through a lot. His daughter's sick. I get that. But he did spend $30,000 on sticks and then got a divorce. So that's it's kind of funny, right? I know I'm a bad guy. It's okay.
Destruction of our family. There was no end to this, or I did not see an end to this.
Yes, I do.
Jill sued the fortune teller, too, claiming she ended up with hundreds of thousands of dollars of the couple's money.
Isn't it the fact that you've been holding yourself out as a psychic for a number of years?
You refuse to answer. I refuse to answer that under the Fifth Amendment basis.
And how much did the judge order the fortune teller to pay back? Wait till you hear.
Now, you went to court and actually got a judgment order for $1 million.
Yes.
Against the fortune teller.
That's what I could prove.
That's what you could put on paper.
That's what I could put on paper.
Have you seen 1 cent
No.
of this judgment order?
No.
I refuse to answer that under...
But was the fortune teller guilty of a crime? According to law enforcement, not if she made it clear her services were strictly for entertainment. But in most states, charging money for outrageous claims or promises is a crime. It's often called theft by deception.
It's a pretty simple con.
Illinois State Police Inspector Bill Hendrickson has 16 years' experience investigating confidence crimes. But in this case, Jill's husband never filed a complaint.
He believed that the person was helping protect his family from evil spirits.
So his fortune teller was never prosecuted.
Does he even believe that he's a victim at this point?
No.
So he still believes in the fortune teller?
Yes. I mean, most people that...
Why is this? Okay, he looks like Philip Seymour Hoffman. I can't get past that. Somebody mentioned Houdini. Yeah, a big Houdini fan as well. Love like Penn and Teller. I like all those guys who kind of debunk a lot of this stuff. But yeah, Philip, that's what's distracting me. Hey Rachel, hope you're doing well. All right.
that are our victims, will come to us after they realize that they have been scammed.
Richard Pilo declined our request for an interview.
How prevalent are these fortune-telling scams?
Very prevalent. We estimate that at the bare minimum, they make approximately $250,000 per year.
$250,000 a year.
Yes.
And he says some of them are part of larger criminal enterprises.
American gypsies and their crimes. I would love to read that. Can I get that at a Books A Million or whatever the fuck Lauren was selling his book through? This is the book I want to print. My local 7-Eleven or wherever the fuck those things were.
Involved in home repair frauds or home invasion burglaries. And how do they choose a victim?
Whether it's fortune telling or roof entry burglaries or whatever it is, deals on the sizing up of the particular individual.
We're about to see just what can happen nowadays when you knock on the door of a fortune teller with a pocket full of cash and the hope of seeing the future.
I honked my horn and waved at him, and he walked like a zombie.
A wife whose husband spent $1 million on a fortune teller. Hard to believe, but we're about to show you just how some fortune tellers get people to fork over their money.
Hi! Do you do readings?
Meet Miss Maya of Bloomfield, New Jersey, right outside New York City. Wearing a hidden camera, a Dateline associate producer pays $60 for a tarot card reading and receives some bad news. Miss Maya tells the young woman someone is jealous of her. There is darkness and negativity.
It needs to be removed.
And Miss Maya has a plan. It starts with bath gels.
You're going to bathe with this. See the color? See
Okay.
It says chakra?
Yes.
Okay. You're going to use this after you take a shower. You put on your hands, put them on your feet.
Okay, all right. So basically, if an evil presence is out to get you, all you need to do is moisturize. That's it. Just have a good skincare routine, and you should be fine. Honestly, that's what I'm getting from this. Asbury, welcome. Somebody else. Derek Jones, welcome. I say ugh, welcome. Enjoy lunch.
A little bit on the neck.
This, she says, will shock the negativity away. Over 2 more visits, we pay another $60 for oils, crystals, and gels. But to really get rid of the bad spirits, Miss Maya will need more.
It's like a spiritual cleaning.
And how much is it?
$1,200.
And $1,200 is for how much time's worth?
Until I'm finished.
Great. So how does this all work? I'm fascinated by this.
Believe me, you'll see the difference.
What will all these gels...
How does this work? I have no idea, but trust me, once you're clean, you're going to be happy. All right? That's how this works.
and crystals do? What'll we get if we pay the $1,200? Listen to the promises.
Better job, a business, the right man in your life. Okay. So
To be fair, if you are clean and smell good, you probably will have a better chance of getting a good job and, a more handsome partner. Like, so far, what she's saying makes sense. It's just the $1,400 that seems to be the wrench in this plan.
all good things come to you. All right.
Sounds good, but our associate producer is warned to keep her visit a secret.
Don't tell no one. It's not good luck.
Meanwhile, just 20 minutes away, there's another psychic named Miss Kim. A different Dateline volunteer has been seeing her for what she's calling boyfriend troubles. She pays $50 for a tarot card reading. Once again, this fortune teller says there's negativity, like a curse, and it has to be removed.
These 3 days are critically important because I'm going to be cleansing, taking away the negativity, all the jealous that's around you that's affecting you like a magnet.
Again, just as with the other psychic, it's oil she needs.
This is very spiritual, no cost.
No cost now, but for the next visit, she says she's going to want $300. By the way, the oil she gave us is the same stuff we got from Miss Maya, and the instructions are also nearly identical.
You're going to get yourself a Q-tip. You put a little bit on your wrist, a little bit on your belly button.
On our next visit, Miss Kim says she needs $150 to buy lingerie for our volunteer.
Well, I'm going to go buy special things.
Okay.
All right, and I'm going to work with them.
So what could she possibly do with lingerie?
Well, Chris, actually. That is weird, though, right? Like, so she's basically going to anoint your lingerie for like $180 or whatever, and then you'll get a better job. I'm I've lost the plot here. Miss Kim, Ms. Kim.
It's all very complicated.
I have to rip into them and put knots and put certain numbers and tie them together so that you could be whole and pure and cleansed.
Okay. So after you work with them spiritually, you give them to me, or?
Don't even think about it.
And as with the other psychic, she warns, tell no one.
Ellie, this is mine and yours.
Yeah, hey, Blanket, yeah, exactly. That's why Mrs. Wallen had the lingerie in her back seat. She was going to get blessed by Miss Kim. That actually, it's kind of all coming together now, actually.
Business now.
Okay.
No one is to know.
Hi.
How are you, Bill?
On this visit, Miss Kim is excited about our volunteers' progress.
The work is responding. That thing that I had done worked amazingly.
But she needs to do more, and naturally, it's going to cost.
The materials is what I need that are expensive. I'm gonna need them right away. I need powerful crystals.
And they're expensive crystals.
All I need is like $500. By the next week, you're gonna actually see the changes in your skin.
Really?
Yeah. Because what it is it's nourishing your inner body, and there's gonna be a glow on your face.
We spent almost $800 for the visits to Miss Kim, but we decided not to go for the $500 crystals. As for Miss Maya...
You fool. It's not going to work without the $500 Were you paying attention at all, Chris?
We skipped the $1,200 spiritual cleansing.
Oh, my God.
But it became clear how true believers like Jill Pilo's husband could get fleeced. We showed our video of Miss Kim to Illinois State Police Inspector William Hendrickson. He believes that when Miss Kim promised to do things she couldn't deliver, like nourish your inner body, she was breaking the law.
Is this fairly typical of what you see in your investigations?
They'll use tarot cards. They can use all the candles and crystals of all kinds. And
hey, oops, too much ranch, and save your juice. If I marry you or not, I'm still a disgusting piece of shit. Nothing will change that. So just, yeah, let me know a day you're free.
And it's all a part
hey, Callie.
of getting folks into what I call the belief zone.
She's teeing the victim up.
Exactly.
We asked our Dateline staffers to pay one more visit to the fortune tellers, but this time I came along.
If you remembered the research, what we charged?
I don't remember. Tell me again.
$1,200.
$1,200.
Right.
Hi, Miss Maya. Yeah. I'm with Katie. I wonder if I could talk to you for a minute. Hi, nice to see you.
Nice
How's
to
everything?
see you too.
Good. I'm Chris Hansen.
Yes.
And I work for Dateline NBC.
Yeah.
And we've been doing a
Yeah, she knows already. Of course she knows already, Chris. Why even explain that part?
story on fortune tellers.
Yes.
We found that sometimes
Yes.
they promise things they can't deliver.
I let her and her husband know we'd been filming with hidden cameras and showed her some of our video.
I told her she had a lot of negativity, a lot of darkness.
She denied that she was making promises that she couldn't keep and told us what she did was all in fun.
What I do here, it's more like, let me explain to you.
Sure.
I do parties.
Right.
Okay. It's more like amusement. I used to work in the...
So it's entertainment.
More of entertainment.
In fact, she and her husband seemed to admit she had no special psychic talent.
I wonder if the husband was kind of scared for a minute when Chris showed up. Like, oh, fuck, I deleted all those archives. It's probably, oh, he's here for the wife. Okay, woo. Ledestri, hello. More crap for put downs, hello. Jet, hello. I think I got everybody. All right, let's keep going. I love this crew too. You got psychic wife, dressed kind of nice, tanned, has her hair done, and then you have beer belly construction worker husband. probably, I don't know. I don't know these people at all, obviously, but that gut tells me he works for his, he works honestly for his living. So maybe, I don't know, the duality of these two is very, very funny. I assume most psychics' husbands look like this, though, if I'm being honest.
But look at the advertisement on the front window.
Do you consider yourself a clairvoyant, a fortune teller?
No.
Okay. But I remind her we'd seen her pitch and heard her promises, all about the negativity she could remove for a price.
Now, you asked her for $1,200, though.
But I told her that's her choice if she wants to.
I know, but what service can you perform for $1,200?
Comfort her for as long as it takes.
Pray with her. Comfort her.
That seems like a lot of money, Miss Maya.
No, not really.
Is it fair to make people think there's negativity around them and then try to talk them into paying you large amounts of money
I don't
for things you can't really provide?
Because you know what
yeah, Laura, for sure. Yeah, she's definitely the breadwinner in the house, but that's because she's making $1,400 on soap. But anytime like the HVAC breaks in this building, you know who they call. It's this dude. He's getting down and dirty. He's fixing boilers and air conditioning. He's doing, all the maintenance around the office here.
I do with the money? When I go to my church, I give it for prayers, for donation, for God to answer our prayers.
How much do you give to the church and how much do you keep?
Say I would make, say $60, I would give 40, 50.
Hello.
We also paid a return visit to Miss Kim.
You look so nice.
Thank you.
We'd already spent nearly $800. Now she wanted more cash to work her charm.
So I wanted to take the work to the higher level. So that's what I wanted to do. I needed strong materials.
That's what the $500 is for. Yeah. It's for the materials.
Yes.
Instead of paying more, I decided it was time to drop in.
Excuse me.
Hey, Miss Kim, how are you?
Hi.
Good. I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC. Nice to see you. Why did you tell her not to tell anyone else?
Because spiritually, that's how it works. If you tell people, it brings bad energy.
It also could be because you don't want her telling somebody in law enforcement or something like that.
What I told her is when she sees her results to recommend me.
Unlike Miss Maya, Miss Kim didn't back down and say she was just an entertainer. Miss Kim says she's for real.
I never make her believe. This is my job. People need spiritual cleanse to reunite love, and this is what I do.
How can you promise that this will actually work?
Because I was born with the gift.
You were born with a gift.
Yes.
If she would have just channeled Chris's great-grandfather there and been like, Chrissy, it's your pappy, fucking, I don't know, Jeremiah Hansen. It just gave her the whole spiel. She might have, turned Chris there. Maybe she could have proved she was real. Levitate a little bit, do something crazy. I feel like just arguing with like a New Jersey, New York accent's not gonna work though. I feel like you gotta do a little bit, make like the room or like the doors flutter a little bit. Do something crazy.
If one implies the gift is the ability to separate people from their money.
I'm sorry, I'm hurt, and,
Why are you hurt? You're the one who took almost $1,000 of her money.
I thought it was okay. And I did make that clear. And I wish you'd cut these off.
Okay.
So what's the lesson in all this? If you want a window into the future or help from the great beyond, beware.
So if people patronize it, you should walk into that, with your eyes wide open.
Ellie, I promise you, I give you my word, I'll take care of you. I won't let nothing go bad. Just trust me.
Okay.
All right?
A couple with marital problems is about to keep their appointment.
Okay, hold on. I don't know what this one is. A couple with marital problems. Is this going to be like marriage counseling? Is that going to be is that a scam? Interested to see where this one goes. So I guess the Hansen files are just like mini investigations. I'm not sure. Let me see how many of these we got. Looks like 2 of them, and then the supplemental files. Ooh, I don't know what those are. We might have seen those already.
With this therapist, his name, John Gagnon.
Dr. Gagnon? Hey.
But these patients are really Dateline producers wearing hidden cameras. And they're here because we know something about this therapist many of his patients may not know. It's certainly something Jennifer Larson didn't know back in 2004 when she and her boyfriend were searching for a therapist to help them with their relationship problems. After seeing his ad in a psychology magazine, they ended up making an appointment with Gagnon here at his home office in Stamford, Connecticut. But they had barely made it up the driveway when
this gentleman shows up behind us.
It was John Gagnon, and she says he didn't look like your average therapist.
Dr. Gagnon was dressed in full U.S. Army battle fatigues.
Okay, wait. unless you're, doing some hardcore airsofting or, on a military base, if you're in America and a dude who you have an appointment with is and he's a doctor, is dressed in full military garb, that's a red flag. Be weary. be JPW about that, because that's a red flag. That's that's what domestic terrorists like to wear. If you haven't noticed. Dan Lover, welcome. Mock, welcome to you as well. Let's what I know I keep pausing and I could just let it play, but the excitement, what is this going to be? So is it this marriage counselor in particular is a fraud, or is it just going to be all therapy is fraudulent?
With 1 star on his collar, indicating that he's a general in the U.S. Army.
If that seemed unusual, she says Gagnon's explanation was even stranger.
He looks like Bubbles. He looks like Bubbles from Trailer Park Boys, pretending to be a 1-star general at the fucking army. What the fuck? Are they gonna devote a whole NBC segment to this one guy? Because I'm very interested.
Ranger.
He proceeded to tell us that he had just been back from a mission, that he was literally coming in the door from it.
Even more bizarre, Larson says he told her the mission was an Al-Qaeda raid.
That's a damn good kitty. He looks like Bubbles, dude. He looks... my brain is broken right now. He just got back from a mission
in the Middle East. After their session...
Wait. He just got back from a mission in the Middle East. Plane landed. He knew he had this appointment, so he hopped right into the car, drove directly from, Beirut, or, flew directly from Beirut to America, and then drove as fast as he could over to this therapy session. That's a good therapist, dude. You know how many people would have canceled after that? Pete's, welcome. Pete's, thanks again for the thumbnail art. Appreciate that.
Larson and her boyfriend called the Army and asked if there was a General John Gagnon.
And we were told no.
So they went to the Stamford police. Gagnon was arrested and later pleaded no contest to a charge of unauthorized use of a military uniform. He was sentenced to 18 months probation. But the police told Jennifer that John Gagnon had a much darker secret, something much worse than faking his military record.
I found out at that point that he's a registered sex offender.
That's right.
Shit.
Marriage therapist Gagnon was convicted of sexual assault in the late 80s. And although he must notify authorities if he changes his address or has any contact with school children, he remains licensed to advise patients about their most intimate relationship problems.
He's been convicted of offending sexually. You'd think that would be enough for a licensing board to say, you know what, maybe it's not a good idea for us to allow him in this position of trust.
On the surface, a prospective patient like Jennifer wouldn't know there was anything amiss looking at Gagnon's resume. It boasts a Ph.D. in psychology and says he's a teacher and author with memberships in various associations and academies. But if you...
Mathena, welcome. Laura, yeah, he couldn't pick... Couldn't pick just one crime. Yeah, I mean, one of these things is not like the other, though. I mean, obviously impersonating military is just kind of fucking stupid. It doesn't really make any sense. The sex crime against children, I think, is probably a much larger red flag than you know, the impersonating a military officer. But, you know... What the fuck is this episode? This is so this feels like something you would see on like the Datelines that Chris doesn't narrate, where they're just like, you know, it's a story about whatever, you know, most of the time it's about like a wife that killed her husband, but it turns out that it was actually the wife's boyfriend who was in a secret relationship with the husband, and you know, it's always that nonsense. So this is really, it's just very strange that they're devoting a whole... I wonder if the part 2 is also on this. I don't know. Maybe I should just shut up and find out.
You knew where to look.
Oh, and hey, Jennifer Lewis.
You could find out a whole lot more about John Gagnon. Now, thanks to public online databases, you can do your own background checks on a doctor, a lawyer, even a stockbroker to find the truth about people who may not want you to know their whole story. Tommy Joyce works with the data service LexisNexis, a source for numerous public databases.
LexisNexis. Is that not a porn star? That sounds like a porn star. Sir, your company is named after a porn star.
That maintain personal histories on many professionals we rely on.
If people can do the proper background investigations and check who they're doing business with, it could help them make better decisions.
So how did John Gagnon's name come to our attention? LexisNexis pointed us to public online sex offender registries. With their help, we simply compared those lists to other online lists, this time of licensed health professionals in several states. There were several names that popped up. One of them was Gagnon's.
Does it surprise you that we were able to find a licensed therapist with this kind of a criminal history?
No, I'm not. I'm not surprised. And that data is available at a simple search.
From police records, we found that Gagnon had impersonated a police officer in 1987 and made a phony traffic stop of a female motorist. Gagnon propositioned the woman and grabbed her breasts until she escaped by speeding away. He was convicted of criminal impersonation and sexual assault. He served 10 days in jail, and he was required to register as a sex offender for life. Now, more than...
Okay, I've seen a lot of LexisNexis fans in chat, but I personally like my background information from Riley Reed's. That's where I go for my background information. What the fuck is LexisNexis?
20 years later, John Gagnon is still a practicing therapist.
Dr. Gagnon?
As we told you earlier, we decided to make an appointment with Gagnon. Two producers, calling themselves Bob and Elaine, came fitted with hidden cameras. We wanted to know just what he'd tell us about his past. And right off the bat, he made up a story about his military background.
Were you in the military? I mean, oh, you were in the military. Oh, okay. Yeah.
And my work was in the area of, and still have connections to, counterintelligence and intelligence.
However, he did say he could help the couple because he thought they had some problems. Our undercover producers paid for the session and left.
All right, well, thanks for your time.
Perhaps it's no surprise, Gagnon never said anything about being a registered sex offender. A few months later, we booked another appointment, but this time, I'd be the one showing up at the door.
Hey, doctor?
Yes, sir.
Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC. How are you?
He's a licensed therapist, but our background check revealed he's also a registered sex offender.
Hi, I'm Dr. Gagnon.
And when our undercover producers posed as prospective patients, he didn't disclose anything about his criminal past. So we made one more appointment so I could pay him a visit.
Hey, doctor?
Yes, sir.
Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC. How are you?
Good.
How's everything?
What are you doing?
I wanted to ask you some questions.
Susan, very good, yes. And now all I could think about is the Celebrity Jeopardy SNL skit. I'm sure everybody's seen, but very good.
If I could, excuse me.
MCL, welcome.
Well, we're doing a story on professionals who may not be exactly who folks think they are.
After first insisting we leave, Gagnon eventually agreed to let us stay. I told him we knew all about his conviction for sexual assault.
You are a registered sex offender.
For something I never did.
For something you never did.
That's correct.
Gagnon
well, there you go. I mean, that explains it. He never even meant to do it. So, I mean, what are we even doing here, Chris? Ask him about his uniform. Ask him about the single star.
Denied he ever assaulted a woman and claimed his lawyer did a terrible job defending him.
Oh, where have we heard this? Where have we heard this?
I never
had sexual relations with that woman. Okay, I have to walk away. I'm done pausing.
never committed that crime. I would not have even thought to commit a crime like that.
Gagnon said it was all a setup by the Danbury Police Department. He said back then he was about to testify about police corruption. He got upset as he recalled how he says he was threatened by a police officer.
We know where you live, of course, and it would be a shame if something happened to you or your family and there were no responders. And the blood ran cold in my body, and I felt a shiver of fear come up my back, and I was terrified.
We spoke to the Danbury Police Department and to former members of the Danbury Town Council. All denied any knowledge of corruption allegations or threats made against John Gagnon. And though he denies he committed that sexual assault, Gagnon does not deny he pretended to be an Army general.
In the past, you have dressed up in military garb.
Yes.
And said that, in fact, you were. And you got into trouble for it. There was a conviction.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yes. Yes. And I discovered at that time that I had a mental illness called manic depressive condition. And that I believed, truly believed, that I was, in fact, a part of the military.
Did you seek treatment for that?
Yes, I did.
The Connecticut Health Department did put Gagnon on probation after his conviction for impersonating a military officer. His probation was later lifted, but Gagnon was forbidden to lie about his credentials, which would include saying that he had been in the military. But I reminded him that he lied again during the session with our undercover producers, apparently violating his agreement with the state of Connecticut.
What branch were you in?
U.S. Army.
U.S. Army? Oh, wow. Now, Doctor, that's not true, is it?
No. And I called this gentleman to explain.
I love the little, I know there's a lot more happening right now. You know, let's just take a piss minute. Let's just take a quick, as the number of viewers grows, I'm gonna lose them real quick. Let's take a piss minute to just kind of look around the room for a second. What we got here? Look at this little, like, travel, you know, it's a laptop, but it's like one of those really small ones. I don't know, what were those called? I think like IBM made them, or this might be like a ThinkPad or something, but nice small laptop that has, you know, video playback. That's not cheap back then. That's pretty cool. But what do we got on? We have like 5 mugs. We got the Perel, some business cards, of course. That makes sense. What are these things? Are those bullets? What are the? All right, I've rambled. I've filled my time.
To him that was not true.
In fact, Gagnon did call our producer after the session to admit he had lied. But what we really wanted to know was, does he ever tell his patients about his past? Several weeks after this interview, John Gagnon agreed to answer that question, this time with his lawyer present. First, we wanted to know why he didn't tell our undercover producers anything about his past.
Shouldn't your patients know that, in fact, you're a registered sex offender?
Yes.
Do you tell them that?
Yes.
Every time?
Yes, but not in the first session, of course.
Not in the first session?
No, of course
Why
not.
not in the first session?
Because I don't have any kind of trust relationship with them for at least a month or 2 months.
But again, going in, if somebody's going to pour out their emotions.
Yeah, imagine that. Okay, so you're gonna know these people for a month. Let's say you see them even twice, bi-weekly. So you meet them, 2 or 3 times. You learn about their infidelity. You learn how, the husband, expects too much. All that nonsense. And then, halfway through that, she's crying, the husband's crying, and he's like, hey, this might be a good time to let you know. Now, in 1983, I had an encounter with a woman who told me that she was, 18. Like, what are you talking? You have to break the ice with that, man. I don't know. Just imagine that. Imagine you're 4 weeks in. You've paid this guy so much money. You feel like maybe you're making some progress, and then he drops that? Like, what do you mean?
And seek help from you as a professional.
Yes.
Shouldn't they know that, in fact, you were convicted of sexual assault and impersonating a police officer?
Yes. Well, first of all, I'm innocent of those charges.
Well, you were convicted by a jury.
I understand what you're saying.
And his conviction stands. We wanted to know why a man who has 2 convictions on his record and is a registered sex offender still has a license to practice psychotherapy in the state of Connecticut. A spokesman for the state's Department of Public Health declined an interview, but told us in an email it had conducted an investigation into the sexual assault back in the 80s and found insufficient evidence to take any action. Remember, the health department did put Gagnon on probation for impersonating an Army officer. And since our visits to Gagnon, he was charged with illegal weapons possession after a patient complained that he was wearing a gun during therapy sessions. The state says it's now conducting.
Now, Becky, you're not allowed to talk unless you're holding the gun. Now, notice I'm holding the gun, so I'm gonna... I'll just imagine that therapy session. Oh, my God.
Conducting a new investigation into whether or not he's fit to practice. For his part, Gagnon says, despite everything, he's still qualified to be a therapist.
I want people to know that I'm a very good psychotherapist. I want people to know that I'm on treatment, and everything that I have done in my life has been aimed towards helping people.
Okay, so this is going to be kind of a gray area. I'm going to make like a blanket statement that's not, even I don't truly believe this, but I think you might see where I'm coming from. I don't know if I want my therapists to have to be on a boatload of like therapeutic drugs and have to be in therapy themselves. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of want you to be good and set and understand what's going on in your life, and then maybe you can help me. Like, is that wrong? I don't know. Obviously it's different. If my therapist has OCD, whatever, who cares? But, just you should be good. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to teach guitar while taking guitar lessons. Am I wrong? I don't know. We're almost through this. Somebody asked, Mock, how old is this? I'm not sure. They referenced the date 2004, so I'm going to guess after that. Like 2005, 2006, 2007, something like that. Bad take, Clay. Yeah, probably. It's fine.
John Gagnon should be practicing therapy or not. Tommy Joy...
Like, okay, I get it. Like, nobody's perfect, right? Like, if your therapist needs to, unwind to do what they have to, that's totally fine. I get it. But I'm gonna stand by my analogy with the guitar lessons. At least be pretty good at guitar before you start teaching others. You can be taking some pretty advanced classes in the background. I guess I accept that. But you should have a pretty basic understanding of how it works before you start. I don't know. Yeah, just feel free, hit that. You already hit the subscribe button. If you hit it again, you unsubscribe. So feel free to try that out.
Of LexisNexis says, the bigger point is that prospective therapy patients or anyone about to place their trust in a professional should at least be aware of that person's past.
I think you should know who you're dealing with and have that complete picture of that individual so you can make a better and informed decision.
Ooh, okay. All right. So now we have the Hansen file. Oh, look at this. This is intro. All right. How many of these do we got? 3 of them, and it looks like we haven't watched those either. So we'll watch these 3, kind of see how we feel, and we'll go from there. Let's see what these are about.
Did you take a vitamin today? Fish oil capsules? Maybe you used one of those natural weight loss powders. Then what you're about to hear may come as a bit of a surprise. Because dietary supplements are supposed to be natural, they don't have to be approved in advance by the government like medicines do before they hit store shelves. And as we discovered, some supplements may not be as safe as they sound.
Okay, okay. Last thought on the controversial statements I made earlier. Outside of all of it, I agree with Chatterbait. Probably the only time I'll ever do that. But yeah, regardless, I don't want my therapist to be a sexual, offender. I think that's the main part. So let's just go with that.
You get a full multivitamin, memory formula with the ginkgo biloba.
You're undercover with Dateline's hidden cameras inside one of the fastest growing businesses in America.
This is for just overall brain health.
Dietary supplements being sold as medical miracles.
It reduces cholesterol.
It will help build muscle.
Take care of your blood pressure.
Dietary supplements like these have exploded into a $28 billion industry.
Wait, time out. Josh, welcome. Or Joshua, sorry, welcome. Brad, welcome. Is that a real thing? Are you fucking with me? There's no way that's a real thing. If that's a real thing, please send it to me somehow, somewhere. I would like to see that.
Once mostly for bodybuilders, now supplements are used by soccer moms and millions of others.
What the?
$8 billion industry. Once mostly for bodybuilders, now supplements are used by soccer moms and millions of others. Everything from fish oil to weight loss formulas to vitamins, all on the promise of better health. But with your health at stake, you may be surprised to learn that unlike medicines, the government doesn't approve supplements before they can end up on store shelves. Manufacturers don't have to prove supplements are safe. Companies just have to put a list of ingredients on the label.
It doesn't have to say it on the front.
Yeah.
But by law, they have to have it on the back.
Most companies are responsible. But what if we told you some lists of ingredients may not be worth the paper they're printed on? Even worse, what if you discovered some supplements can be more like poisons?
My husband and I have a hobby. We have show dogs.
Barbara King says she trusted the label on her supplement, and it was the start of a living nightmare.
And I just progressively started feeling extreme fatigue. My hair started falling
Your
out.
hair started to fall out.
My hair started to fall out. Every time I would get out of the shower and look, it looked like a dog had been in there shedding.
I called my daughter, and I said, I've just started brushing my hair. I said, my hair is going, Carla.
Dottie Holbrook didn't have any idea why her hair was falling out either.
Oh, this is
Good
where
evening.
my hair was pretty much gone within 10 days.
10 days.
2 weeks. Yes.
I mean, that's stunning, Dot. In a matter of weeks, she'd gone from looking like this to this. Her nails were falling off too, and for dozens of other people, those were just the first symptoms. People like Wendy Binion, an active young mother, until her joints got so sore.
An active young mother. She's a badass. She's about to ride a hog through an open field. That's what. Dude, that's insane. I mean, obviously losing all of your hair would be pretty fucking shocking, but I feel like the fingernails would be like the truly scary part. That's insane. I do want to watch this real quick. We are going to divert for a second. I apologize if anybody was really interested in that. We will finish it, but I want to watch this real quick because it was just shared by Chatterbait, so appreciate that. And Brad pointed this out to me. I've never seen this, but it's only 2 minutes, so we're going to watch this really fast.
Good evening, I'm Chris Hansen. Online services selling ED medications like Viagra and Cialis have burst onto the scene with billions of dollars up for grabs. And the number of websites offering cheap ED medications delivered right to your door is skyrocketing. In 2006, I did a Dateline undercover investigation that took me to China, where I made a $10 million bust on fake Viagra. This investigation led to the arrest of a Chinese criminal mastermind going by the name of Cherry Wong, and it resulted in an Emmy Award for me and my team.
Oh, very humble, Chris. Juggle Willie, welcome, and sorry, please, welcome.
I thought our high-profile bust would put an end to the fake and dangerous pills flooding into America, but I was wrong. There has never been more fraud and danger than there is today. It's at an all-time high. And that's all because of the rise of a new phenomenon called telemedicine. It's created the perfect storm for con men from all corners of the globe selling dangerous and even deadly ED medications to unsuspecting men, creating a virtual Russian roulette on the internet. In tonight's investigative report, we're going to expose these dangers. You're going to learn of the three...
okay, so this is just a, wait, shill? I don't understand. Okay, hold on.
...deadly scams you must avoid. How fake pills from China are still flooding the American market, and how to spot a fake. You will also hear from an industry whistleblower who pulls back the curtain on the tricks and schemes and exposes the shocking web of corruption that goes on at some of the most high-profile companies. He exposes secret insider information they hoped you would never find out. You'll also hear from one of America's top urologists, Dr. Dudley Danoff, as he explains how to get...
Excuse me? What was his name? Dudley Danoff?
One of America's top urologists, Dr. Dudley Danoff.
I trust him.
He explains how to get good pills and which pills work and which one might be best for you. You'll hear about 3 honest services making their mark. And finally, we also have the results of secret laboratory tests done on heavily advertised pills. You're going to be shocked when you see what is really in these pills. So if you're thinking about trying these ED pills sold on the internet, you'll want to stop what you're doing, turn off your cell phone, take a seat right over there.
Oh, he said it.
Pay close attention to every bit of our...
Okay, so that was just an ad for, or like the intro to one of his investigations. I don't see how that's him shilling. Okay, all right. Well, if I find the rest of that investigation, I'll watch that at some point, or if somebody knows where that is. But let's just get through these. Let's find out. Okay, so we know dick pills are bad. We're finding out that fish oil is arsenic or something. Let's just keep going.
He could barely walk.
Eventually, I couldn't even stand up. It was so painful to stand up.
At first, no one knew what was causing it, least of all the doctors.
When the blood test came back, he said, we can't find anything. He said, this is the most extensive blood test we can find.
And still nothing.
And still nothing.
So what was making people so sick?
Come on.
Before Barbara was struck by the mysterious illness, she'd started a new diet and a new liquid vitamin. Could that be a clue?
I just wanted a good supplement because I was dieting and I was afraid I wasn't getting everything I needed. And the store clerk recommended that.
That was a liquid vitamin supplement called Total Body Formula.
This is the actual product.
This is the actual bottle. Balance your body.
Okay, that doesn't look like medicine. Quick side story. Not promoting this, but in the state that I live in, medical marijuana is legal, but they don't really give a shit about that if you're trying to apply for a job or something. And I had to apply for a job once, and I wasn't going to pass the test, and so I went to my local GNC, and I got something that kind of looked like this. It absolutely was poison. I chugged it. Tasted awful. I pissed, like, no pun intended, like 40 times. And I passed the test. So, I mean, it works. But when I looked at the bottle, I was very aware that I was just pumping some strange chemicals into my body. But you do what you got to do. And, all I'm saying is if the bottle looks, something like this, It's not good. It's not good. Stay away. It did work. It did work. All right. Cornville Nightmare, welcome.
The way nature intended.
Right.
The label had a detailed list of ingredients supposedly backed up by scientific testing. A reputable product, she thought, purchased from a reputable store. But when she went back to the GNC to buy more, she made a surprising...
Really? This is like such a random side note, but when I did have to go to that GNC and purchase that product, it was behind locked glass. But when I got the guy to come over and get the thing behind the glass, he didn't even have a key. He just opened, like he just pulled it and it just came right open. Just that made me feel safe. But yeah, again, it was fine. I'm probably gonna die. It's okay.
Discovery.
I couldn't find it on the shelf, so I asked the store clerk, "Where is your total body formula?" And he said, "Well, I doubt we'll ever have any more of that."
And what did he mean by that?
Well, it had been recalled.
Turns out, instead of taking a liquid vitamin they thought would help them, they'd been taking...
Dude, this looks like industrial cleaner. Like, it even said, like, if you took out total body out of there, like, even if you put, like, total bathroom, I mean, it looks like cleaner. It looks like something you would clean the scummiest of toilets with. Like, not pump into your body.
Something toxic.
What you find is an ingredient, a mineral, that is potentially deadly.
Mark Zamora, who is one of the lawyers suing on behalf of Barbara King and other people who got sick, says it was an overdose of selenium. Remember, the government doesn't approve supplements, but it can step in later if problems arise. And apparently, Total Body Formula is just one of a host of problems. In the past year alone, the government has issued dozens of warnings about supplements containing potentially deadly ingredients.
These products can cause deaths, strokes, heart attacks. They're very dangerous.
For example, says Dr. Sidney Wolf of the consumer advocacy group Public Citizen, a dangerous ingredient called sibutramine has found its way into dozens of supplements. How do we know sibutramine?
Mock, it does. That's what I was thinking originally, but I felt that was kind of a niche thing to reference. But yeah, 100% it definitely does look like that.
Sibutramine is dangerous because it used to be in a prescription drug called Meridia, until it was pulled off the market because it caused heart attacks. It's part of what Wolf calls an epidemic of contaminated supplements. Everything from weight loss formulas to sexual enhancers.
There have been an unending number of recalls, including more even today as we speak.
Given the current system, can people trust what's on the label of a dietary supplement?
In too many cases, they can't. I think that the best description of a dietary supplement label is "don't know" in big red letters.
We wondered, how could what are supposed to be natural supplements make people so sick? And how on earth could they make it all the way to reputable stores?
It's like the Wild West. They do whatever they want.
Wild, Wild West.
You and I could open a supplement company in the back of a pickup truck.
25 milligrams of selenium.
It might not be in the back of a pickup truck, but we're about to set up our own company, create some poison supplements, and ask labs to check them. All to find...
Chris loves doing this shit. Like, they're gonna come up with a fake name for the company. Oh, I guess Life Roots. Okay, I thought it'd be like Hansen Life or something. But I do love this. I thoroughly enjoy when they make a fake company and just go full into the ruse. We got that a lot when he went to Europe and Africa to like get the scammers, what is that called? My brain is blanking right now, but he had like Hansen Electronic Repairs or whatever. And yeah, Asbury, yeah, he's doing his best Walter White right now. He just needs his Jesse.
Find out just how wild things can get when it comes to supplements. Coming up, strange black specks show up in the poisoned Total Body Formula. The fix is even stranger.
We strained the black speck out of it.
Tell them how you did that.
We used nylon pantyhose.
When Dateline continues.
I didn't realize how bad it was.
People taking Total Body Formula say the selenium overdose did more than just cause their hair to fall out.
So this wasn't just cosmetic. We're talking about heart problem.
Oh, yes.
Stage 3 kidney failure.
That's right. Stage 5 is the end of it.
That's it.
Kidney failure. Yeah.
We wondered, how did a supplement like Total Body Formula end up on store shelves to begin with? To find out, Dateline started digging through memos once marked confidential. Turns out there were several companies involved. We discovered the problem began when a supplier was trying to prepare the correct amounts of key ingredients. For selenium, there was a mistake in the formula. It said mg for milligram, when it was supposed to be mcg for microgram. If it's been a while since you've been...
I mean, that's not funny, but that's really stupid. That's really fucking stupid.
In science class, here's a reminder. This tiny dot represents a microgram. It would take 1,000 of these dots to make 1 milligram. It's a frightening mistake, but it was just the first in a whole series of errors. Example? When another company was blending the selenium into the liquid vitamin drink, records show workers noticed mysterious black specks. Imagine ones like these floating around in the liquid.
I want you to tell the ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
Listen.
Okay, I'm pausing so much. I'm sorry. I know I'm asking a lot from you guys in chat, but Kit Kat, if you can find like the name of that movie, or if you find it on YouTube, even better, when I send it to me. I love John Ritter, and that sounds terrible, but I feel like I'll enjoy it quite a bit, and I would love to watch that. So yeah, if you know the name of that or have the link, I'm too lazy to do it myself. So if somebody could do that, be amazing. All right, I will shut up for at least a minute.
To the plant manager under oath, explaining what workers did to filter out the specks.
We strained the black specks out of it.
Tell them how you did that.
We used nylon pantyhose.
You heard right. Records show they stretched women's pantyhose over 5-gallon buckets and poured the vitamin formula through them.
Somebody knew about it, and somebody covered it up, and somebody then sent the product on to us.
And it got worse. That company that supplied the selenium was supposed to test the ingredients in a lab to make sure the mixture was accurate.
I do.
A worker at that company admitted in a video deposition that after people started getting sick, her supervisor realized there was way too much selenium.
And she sees that it is through the roof crazy. This is why people's hair is falling out.
But instead of starting a recall, the supplier, Right Enrichment, sent out this false certificate of analysis.
Okay, that was probably about a minute. Somebody's I wanted to reply. Oh my god. Hey Blinken, you like? Yeah, Three's Company was like the show I grew up on. It's why I hate that Lauren loves it, because that is like one of my favorite shows of all time. Roper is better than Furley. I don't have a favorite. I mean, they both played their parts. Furley's great. I love Don Knotts. But yeah, I mean, the Ropers were great. I never watched their spin-off show. I heard that was pretty bad. I never watched Three's a Crowd. I've heard that's pretty bad. But Three's Company, it doesn't matter what season. I'll watch it. It's great. I feel like... Jugga-Willy, yeah, absolutely. After this, Clay and Callie are going to stream. So long night of streams, so stick around.
The amount of selenium was safe. Right Enrichment declined our request for an interview, but issued this statement saying the selenium mix was prepared to the exact specifications requested. But the statement doesn't explain why the company issued that false certificate, apparently without testing the mixture in a lab. Earlier this year, the three companies involved in making Total Body Formula settled lawsuits with Dottie Holbrook and others. They denied the product caused the most serious health effects, but admitted it made people's hair fall out. So the question remains, just how reliable are those labels you see on the back of supplements? Frank Jack says some labs fake tests and simply rubber stamp ingredients.
A term that we use is the word dry lab.
Dry lab. And what does that mean?
that means that the sample...
Okay, I'm really trying not to pause every like 2 minutes, but there's a lot going on in chat that I want to reply to. Firstly, Clay, are you counting Callie as a white guy? Because that's fair. I mean, that's fair. I just wanted to clarify your statement. But no, that stream will be fun. Definitely, everybody go check that out. 1 second. Sorry, my cats. The other thing I wanted to reply to was, yeah, Kit Kat. Yeah, I do have the link. I pulled it up on my other tab here, and that's probably what I'll be watching tomorrow or very late tonight. Very excited. I appreciate that a ton. Thank you so much. And now we're talking about Roper and Furley. I'll let that debate just go because I really don't have I don't have an opinion. I love them both. Jugga Willie, are you streaming like tonight? If you are, let me know.
Sample comes in, sample goes in the garbage can, never gets tested, and the report goes out.
Jax runs a large testing company called Chromadex. He's a defender of supplements because he knows there are plenty of honest supplement makers. In fact, some of them hire his company when they want to verify what's in their products. But Frank Jax says when he started double-checking results from other labs, he was finding so many mistakes, he started to think some labs were just fancy fronts, pretending to do testing.
It appears that it's essentially a case of rubber stamping.
Is this a situation where dangerous products are getting on the market because of phony test results?
Absolutely.
Could some labs really be faking those critical tests? To find out, we set up our own supplement company, Life Root Naturals. And to give labs something to analyze, we create 2 supposedly all-natural products. We're calling this white powder Burn, our natural weight loss formula.
We're going to close the door to get an accurate measurement.
But Dateline asks experts in Frank Jax's lab to deliberately add 2 different poisons. Selenium, that's what caused people's hair to fall out, and sibutramine, the dangerous diet drug recalled because it caused heart attacks. We also create a second supplement we're calling Kelp, and we add poisons to it.
Wait, pause. Wait a second. Is that where that came from? Like, I know Ramona did the whole kelp pill thing. I know that call, obviously, but was that a reference to this? That'd be pretty obscure. There's no way, right? Like, that's just a very weird coincidence that they're making a quote-unquote kelp pill. Anybody? That's fucking weird, right? That's weird. Yeah, Jugga Willie, definitely. Let me know when you plan on streaming sometime. I'll share it. We'll definitely. I'll check that out. That's. There's no way, right? Like, there's no way Ramona was this deep into Chris Hansen lore that she pulled from this, right? Like that's just a weird coincidence.
Spiked in certain levels of both arsenic and lead.
Arsenic? That's what they used to put in rat poisoning.
Yeah.
Lead, also dangerous.
Highly regulated, both of them.
The poisons are carefully blended in. Frank Jax says there's no way a lab should miss them. So armed with our spiked samples, it's time to test one of the lab's industry sources told us may be rubber stamping ingredients.
Chris?
Hey, how are you?
Hey, very well, thank you, Chris.
We're undercover. I'm pretending to be the president of Life Root Naturals, our new supplement company. Dr. Dinesh Patel runs a testing lab called Atlas Bioscience.
These are gas chromatographic mass spectrometers.
He gives us a tour of his lab and tells us how some companies even post his lab's certifications online to show they're doing things right.
We have 2 products. One is the Life Root Naturals kelp powder. We have the other product, which is a weight loss supplement called Burn.
In effect, I'm hiring Dr. Patel to be part of my team to help make sure my supplements are safe.
Our suppliers have put these together for us. They have also given us, obviously, their certificate of analysis. Okay. But I want your people to make sure that, in fact,
absolutely,
it is what it's supposed to be.
Correct.
The certificate I'm giving him has phony numbers, but I'm totally upfront about everything I want his lab to test for, including that arsenic.
We don't want to have problematic levels of heavy metals.
Correct. In fact, we'll be looking for lead, arsenic, cadmium, and mercury. And
So will he find the poisons?
We'll actually get these logged in today, so we're looking at
Or just rubber stamp the phony lab report we gave him? Coming up.
These are all perfectly normal.
It's way off. He's about 1,000 times too low.
Doctor, there's something I need to tell you.
Okay.
And that is, I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC.
And the Hansen Files continues. We've started our own company, created our own products, deliberately spiked them with arsenic and other poisons. And now we're about to find out if a lab will certify they're safe to sell even when they're not.
You got the samples.
That's all I need for now.
When the email arrives with his results, there are some big surprises.
Honest, welcome. My brain was distracted. I wasn't looking. I was looking something up, and I missed Chris's like Miami Vice. Dude, this is a nice. I actually unironically love this outfit. I would wear this like regularly. Regular? You know what I'm trying to say. But yes. Hello, Honest, and oh my God. Draketer, I hope I'm saying that right. Have a good night. Appreciate you hanging out. And hey, Blinken, I haven't got to listen to the newer one that you posted, so I'll probably do the one that you sent me earlier or last night. But yeah, if that's cool, I would like to end with that. But we'll get through this first.
For now.
When the email arrives with his results,
the Don Johnson look, yeah, 100%. I love it.
There are some big surprises.
I'd like to show you the results.
We take them back to the expert whose lab helped spike our samples with poisons. What about the arsenic we added to our kelp powder? Frank Jack says Dr. Patel missed it by a mile.
He's about 1,000 times too low.
1,000 times too low?
Yes, they didn't find it.
In fact, Dr. Patel missed all of our poisons. What's more, he certified some good ingredients that aren't really there.
Dr. Patel's lab essentially confirmed things that weren't there and did not recognize dangerous things that were there.
That's exactly right.
And it's beginning to look as if Dr. Patel virtually copied those phony reports we gave him. For example, arsenic. We spiked in 200 parts per million, but we wrote down 0.3. Dr. Patel's result? 0.26. Off just enough from our fake number to look like a real test.
So this number is almost identical to the number that we told him.
The phony number we submitted?
That's correct.
For this particular sample number 4.
Is it really possible that he could be so wildly wrong? Or could we somehow be misreading Dr. Patel's report? To make absolutely sure, I arrange another meeting. He still thinks I'm just a businessman, and he doesn't know we've brought along our hidden cameras.
Come on in.
First, I ask about our green powder, the one we spiked with arsenic and lead.
This would be for the kelp extract powder, right?
But Dr. Patel assures me he didn't find anything unusual.
Absolutely. These are all perfectly normal.
And it's the same story with our burn weight loss powder, the one we spiked with sibutramine and selenium.
So we're in good shape.
Absolutely.
Dr. Patel is saying our poisonous supplements are safe to sell.
Doctor, there's something I need to tell you.
Okay.
It's time to tell Dr. Patel I'm not the businessman he thinks I am.
And then as I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story on how bad supplements can possibly end up in stores.
Okay.
And as we pull out our regular cameras, I ask whether he's even doing the lab tests.
So the question is, did you do the tests at all, or did you just come up with numbers that were close to the ones we wanted?
I understand what you're
You get what I'm saying? You know what a dry lab is,
Of course we do.
Is this a dry lab?
No, not at all. We reject products as well.
In this email, he blamed us for misleading him. When given misleading information...
I mean, your job is literally science. You can't really mislead that, right? Like, you just measure stuff. You can't... I mean, you can mislead it, obviously. like he did. But like if you're doing it, correct, you can't really be misled by numbers. Like if something is a quarter mile away, exactly, 0.25 miles away, you can't really fake that. It's always gonna be 0.25 miles away. When given misleading information, blah blah blah. Yeah, okay. Well, we'll let him explain it, I guess.
Regarding a sample's makeup, we would not be aware that the data being observed is being compromised due to matrix parameters we are not cognizant towards. Confused by that? So were we. So we met up with Dr. Patel one more time.
We came in here to test you.
Correct.
It appeared based on the first results, you failed the test.
And I agree.
So this is the HPLC.
Dr. Patel now admits he got the wrong results, but he gives scientific reasons for why the numbers could be off.
When we're looking at very small quantities, these values do deviate. They deviate hugely. What I'm trying to get to is that in the real world, a shady businessman is not trying to contaminate a product with arsenic, cadmium, and lead.
Either way, other labs didn't seem to miss what we'd planted. We took our samples to the National Center for Natural Products Research, one of the world's premier labs when it comes to supplements. Dr. Ikhlas Khan says his lab detected all of our poisons.
In the kelp, we found lead and arsenic.
And were they hard to find?
No.
In fact, several other labs find our poisons too. One even warns us about high arsenic and high lead, saying our products deserve careful review before you decide to use them. But there was no warning like that from Dr. Patel.
These are all perfectly normal.
Remember, he missed everything. And somehow, as if by magic, his wrong results were virtually identical to the phony numbers we gave him. For arsenic, for lead, for sibutramine, even for selenium, the thing that caused people's hair to fall out. The bottom line is, Dr. Patel signed off on dangerous products we could have sold all across the country. We took our findings to the...
Okay, yeah, they might, maybe they'll... Is this the last part? Yeah, this is the last part. So maybe they'll get into it. I'm obviously interrupting, but how is this dude not in jail? Like, how is he... Why does this look like a PS4? Anyway, he should definitely be in jail, right? Like, if this doesn't end with him being sentenced to like life in prison, that's fucking scary, right? At least lose your license. I assume you have to be licensed for this. Okay, all right.
FDA, the government agency responsible for supplements.
We had poisons, including lead and arsenic, that the lab didn't find. Does that surprise you?
For some labs, unfortunately, no.
Daniel Fabricant is the new man in charge of regulating...
Also, again, okay, I'm really pausing a lot. We are going to wrap up here pretty soon, but I guess the other thing is, like, the FDA just approves stuff. They don't have to approve it, right? And if they don't approve it, it's still for sale. They just have to say, like, not FDA approved or whatever. So, I mean, the FDA, I don't know. It's a weird, maybe somebody who knows, criminal law or whatever this might fall under might know better than me, but it feels like the Dr. Patel guy should probably be in jail as we speak.
Supplements at the Food and Drug Administration. He's soft-spoken, but serious, he says, about cracking down on contaminated supplements. If the government knows about the problem, you might think they have a program to inspect labs. Think again.
Independent labs. Are they ever inspected by the FDA?
At present, we're focusing on the manufacturers and distributors.
So no labs are currently being inspected?
No.
Does that concern you?
Yes.
In America, the people who cut your hair have to be licensed, but not the labs that test the supplements you take.
That is insane. The sad thing is, and I don't know. I'm going to be completely upfront. I have no idea what I'm talking about, clearly. But it feels like that's probably still the law, right? Like, isn't that insane? Chris put it better than I ever could. Like, you literally have to get a license to cut somebody's hair, but things that people put in their bodies aren't regulated. Ah. Ah. I can only make noises. My brain is broken.
Two major groups representing the supplement industry declined to do on-camera interviews. But in a statement, the Council for Responsible Nutrition told us, "We take seriously the allegations of fraudulent laboratory practices raised by this report." And they urge the FDA to use its ample legal authority to take legal action. The Natural Products Association also said it supports government action against any laboratories that may use improper testing methods. Both groups stress the vast majority of supplements are safe. And that brings us back to Total Body Formula and the people who say they've been sickened by supplements that were never properly tested.
So to this day, and forever going forward, you're going to worry about damage to your liver,
Right.
your kidneys,
Right.
your heart,
That's right.
all because of a vitamin.
I would never have believed it if I hadn't gone through it myself.
And here's something else you might not believe. The FDA says it only has 22 full-time people at its headquarters supervising the $28 billion supplement industry, Lester.
And are there particular categories of these supplements that folks should be more concerned about?
Excellent question. The FDA says the biggest problems it's found are with weight loss formulas, muscle-building supplements, and those supplements that are supposed to help you in the bedroom.
And if you're taking some of these supplements, how do you find out their status?
The best thing you can do, Lester, is to check the FDA website, which lists supplements it has identified as dangerous after they're on the market. You can find a link to the FDA site plus tips on buying safe supplements on our website, DaylineNBC.com.
All right, Chris, thank you very much.
All right, settle down. We watched this one. All right, I don't really have anything else planned. If there's like a really short one in here, maybe we'll watch it. I think we watched all of these now, though. We're pretty much through it, and honestly, I love these. These are like one of my favorite things on the planet. So we're probably going to rewatch some of these at some point. These are way more fun than the phone calls. Some of them can be good, but a lot of the phone calls just kind of gross me out. It's kind of hard to have a good time, which is what I'm, kind of shooting for here. Let's actually, we'll end on two things. I want to watch the dude that screams at Chris for because he tries to sell a stolen bike. That's a pretty fun one. And then after that, we're gonna end on a song. I think he just commented. Hey Blinken has started posting some music that is Lauren related, TCAP related, and he sent one the other day that I really enjoyed. So I want to end on that. So we'll play this quick, like minute 30 long clip of that, and then we'll end on that song, and I'll probably wrap it up there. I did also post the link. Clay and Callie will be streaming in just a little bit. So definitely go over there, hang out. I will try to stay awake long enough to hang out over there as well. When I end the stream, it's also going to auto-direct over there, but you'll probably be a little early. But feel free to hang out and bug them for a bit. But let's get through Chris getting screamed at, and then we'll watch that or listen to that song, and we'll probably wrap it up for the night.
Hey, Dominic.
And I've played this a few times on my channel, but this is one of my favorite clips of just of all time. So basically, the premise behind this is they find a bike shop in New York that knowingly bought stolen bikes and resold them, and Chris is going to confront the man who owns the bicycle shop. So let's see how that goes.
Hello. Hey, Dominic.
Yes, sir.
Chris Hansen from Dayline NBC. How you doing?
Thank you.
Good to see you. How's everything today?
Fine, thank you.
You just bought a stolen bike.
No, I didn't buy a bike.
You didn't?
No, I didn't.
Where's the bike?
The bike's over there.
You paid a man $25 for it.
Nope.
We watched. We have it on tape.
Nope. He bought him for repairs. He wants me for repairs.
He bought in for repair.
Yes, sir.
See, I know you're lying to me because I was listening to the entire
No, you
conversation.
listen nothing to me.
Yes, I heard it. We have it on tape.
No, sir.
Do you want to see it?
No, sir.
You said at first we don't buy stolen bikes.
You don't buy bikes. That's right.
But you just bought that one for $25.
Listen, this for him.
Here, show me the bike. Come on over.
That's right there.
Which one?
Right there.
This bike right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What about it?
So that's our bike, right?
What about it?
That's ours.
Yes.
Our
What
guy
about
brought it in.
Yes.
You bought it.
No, we did not. No, we did not buy it. No, I did not buy the bike.
Yeah, you did.
Turn
Hey,
Turn
do
that
not
off.
touch my stuff on
Turn
the street.
that off. Turn that off.
If
all
you
right?
touch anybody
Listen,
in this crew, I
turn
will.
that
I'm
off.
not. You can leave. I'm on public property here. So you better
Turn
just
the
watch it.
bicycle off and turn the cameras off.
I'm not going to do that, Dominic. You bought a stolen
Listen,
bike.
no, I did not buy the bike.
Yeah, you did.
No, I did not.
Go easy
I did
here.
not buy the bike.
Go
I
easy
did not
here.
buy the bike. I did not buy the bike.
Oh, wait. No. There's a lot more. Hold on. We're not. Wait, why is it not letting me thank you? NBC News, come on. There's so much more. Here we go. All right. Sorry about that. False alarm. Hope you guys enjoyed the beginning of that. I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit, but yeah, there's a lot more here to unpack.
Bought a stolen bike.
No, I didn't buy a bike.
You didn't?
No, I didn't.
Where's the bike?
The bike's over there.
You paid a man
Nope.
$45 for it.
Nope.
We watched. We have it on tape.
Nope. He bought it for repairs. He wants me for repairs.
He bought it in for repair.
Yes, sir.
See, I know you're lying to me because I was listening to the entire
No, there
conversation.
is nothing to do.
Yes, I heard it. We have it on tape.
No, sir.
Do you want to see it?
No, sir.
You said at first we don't buy stolen bikes.
We don't buy bikes. That's right.
But you just bought that one for $25.
Listen, this for him.
Here, show me the bike. Come on over.
That's right there.
Which one?
Right there.
This bike right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What about it?
So, that's our bike, right?
What about
Description?
it?
That's ours.
Yes.
Our
what
guy
about
bought
it?
it in.
Yes.
You bought
no,
it.
we did not. No, we did not
No,
buy it.
he
No, I
spoke
did not
to
buy the bike.
Yeah, you did.
Turn
Hey,
Turn
do
that
not
off.
touch my stuff on the
Turn
street.
that off. Turn that off.
You bought a stolen
Listen,
bike.
no, I did not buy the bike.
Yeah, you did.
No, I did not.
Go easy
I did
here.
not buy the bike.
Go easy
did not
here.
buy the bike. The
Down.
guy bought the bike in for repairs.
I heard the whole
He
thing.
bought the bike in for repairs. All right, knucklehead.
I'm not the knuckle.
That's my favorite. That's why we had to get the full version. That's my favorite part. I don't know if I feel like I've said this already. But has anybody ever yelled knucklehead so threateningly? Like ever? That's so great. All right, we're gonna get through that one more time. Knucklehead.
Bought the bike in for repairs. All right, knucklehead.
I'm not
Bought
the
the bike
knucklehead.
in for repairs.
I heard the whole thing.
Knucklehead. He bought the bike in for repairs.
He told you that he grabbed it off the street,
Turn
Dominic.
the off.
Hey, do not touch it. Not touch that,
Turn
Dominic.
that off. Get off of me. Get off.
Nobody's got their hands up
Get
at
off
you here.
me. Get off
Nobody's
of
got
me.
their hands up at you here.
Yeah, I'm calling the cops.
Good. You call the cops every
I
day.
also feel like that's the most we've ever heard. Oh wow. Oh, I'm blanking on his name right now. Wow. Somebody was saying it in chat. Fuck. Somebody will say it. We've never. I don't feel like we've ever heard him talk this much. But he's like, nobody's raising your hands but you. Like, it's kind of, that's pretty cool, honestly. Rod Knight, thank you. Nobody else say it. I know you're typing it. Erase it. Nope. X Derek, come on. Yes, Rod Knight. God, I can't believe I forgot that. Yeah, he made a pretty solid point there. You know, nobody's raising his hands but you, dude. Rod Knight was so ready. I feel like he was just waiting. He was just waiting for that dude to push Chris, so Rod Knight could just, he would have killed him with his thumb. You know, Rod Knight's Rod Knight's the only one allowed to wear full army fatigues with the fake goggles and not, and he's earned that, right?
Get out of here. You trying to set
I didn't want to leave without giving his money back, but as you'll see, he didn't make it easy.
You trying to set us up some
I'm not trying to set you up.
No,
I'm trying to
set
see
us
if
up.
people stolen bikes.
No, we don't buy stolen bikes.
You did.
No,
Here's
we
your
don't.
money back.
No, we don't buy
We gave
stolen
him
bikes.
$25.
No, I did not.
We have it on camera,
No, I did
and we
not.
have it
No, I did
on
not.
recorded audio.
No, I did not. All right?
All right.
You trying to set us up? Trying to set us up? No, you trying to set us up? Trying to set us up? God don't like ugly, man. God does not like ugly, man. You're gonna pay in hell. You're gonna pay in hell.
I'm not the one who wrote
I don't know if you heard it, but Chris says, you're gonna burn in hell. He God don't like ugly.
Try to set us up? No, try to set us up? Try to set us up? God don't like ugly, man. God does not like ugly, man. You're gonna pay in hell. You're gonna pay.
You're gonna pay in hell. That's so good. I never heard that. I know this live stream has been very obnoxious by me. I apologize, but I'm having fun, and this is just Chris saying, "Yeah, you're gonna go to hell." That might be my favorite Chris Hansen moment of all time. In all honesty, we're gonna play that one more time. And I swear to God, we're gonna wrap it up.
Try to set us up? No, try to set us up? Try to set us up? God don't like ugly, man. God does not like ugly, man. You're gonna pay in hell. You're gonna pay in hell.
I'm not the one who bought the stolen bike.
You are gonna pay in hell, buddy.
Do not touch that.
Yo, don't touch me. Get out of here. Get out of here.
All right, we're gonna take our bike and go.
Take your piece of come here. Come here. Come here.
Don't.
Give me your
You want the money? Take the money.
Look, listen.
Take the money.
Get the back out of here. Get your back out of here. Get a all right?
Hey.
Oh, yo.
Do not make a mistake.
Touch me. Don't touch me. Get the out of here, all right?
All right, we're going.
Yo, come on in.
All right, go.
Push
We're
your
going.
all right? Don't man. Start no all right? Don't start all right? We are hard-working people.
We're hard-working people.
Hard-working people.
All right, we'll leave.
Busy here. Two door. Father, hard-working man, all right?
I know he is.
Hard-working man.
All right, Dominic.
All right?
Don't make
Don't try to put us out of business.
Don't make this worse. Let's
All
go.
right?
We're going.
Don't try to put us out of business.
Don't make it any worse.
Go back to your store.
Dude, that van ride home must have been so fun. The things Ron, dude, if he would have got half an inch closer, I would have separated his jugular with just my pinky finger. Insane. Definitely top, if not the number one Chris Hansen moment, at least top 3. Can we agree on that? Top 5? You're gonna burn it out. I'm gonna remember that for the rest of my life. All right, that's all I got. I am, like I said, gonna end on a. Oh wow, I forgot I copied that. Hold on. We're gonna kill more time. Give me a second. We can do this. I'm a professional. There we go. Oh, stop playing. All right, so this is from Hey Blinken. I did not subscribe. Let me do that. Very generous. He allowed me to play this to end the stream. Did send this to me. This was just posted less than a day ago. So go give that some love. And I hope everybody enjoys this. I'm going to wrap it up here. Please go watch Callie and Clay's stream. Starts in a little bit. And I hope everybody had a good Friday and a good rest of the weekend. And I will see you all soon.
Dreams, empty eyes, but they gleam. She's my love, or so it seems. Plastic skin, cold embrace, whispers lies, synthetic face. Every night I feel disgraced, broken heart in endless chase. She's a robot girl, my digital queen. Loving her's a nightmare scene. Thinking she's with other guys. Heartaches and a life of lies. Wires cross inside my mind. Tell me love ain't worth a dime. She ain't real, just online. Yet I crave her every time. She fucks Jeffrey Carter too, leaving me with balls of blue. She's long overthrown, but she's a ghost I can't disown.